Hello, I'm Nadav Shemer from Mining Journal, and today I'm speaking with Peter Bird, Executive Chairman of Zenith Minerals. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Nav. Good to see you.
Peter, firstly, you have a range of projects in base and precious metals. 3 of them are wholly owned and 2 that are partner managed. Now, one of the partner managed projects is the Irahidi Zinc project in Western Australia. You had some great exploration results back in April that were the catalyst for a rise in the share price. I'm wondering if first you could please tell us just a little bit about those results and also how the drilling campaign has been progressing since then.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Nav. So for those that are not aware, Irahidi is a major zinc discovery within the Irahidi joint venture. The joint venture is we hold 25% free carried to the end of BFS, and the other partner, Rumble Resources, have 75%, and Rumble are undertaking all of the work on the ground. The announcement that was made in April was the first round of drilling that Rumble completed, which really outlined an area of mineralisation in the order of 1.2 by 2 kilometres as a surface area or envelope. And then subsequent to that, Rumble have kicked off a major drill program, a 30,000 metre drill program. And some of the results that have just come out are the first part of that 30,000 metres. So about 8% of that 30,000 metres. And the early sort of indicators are that early drilling has expanded that envelope to double the size of the 1.2 by 2 kilometres. So it's about 1.8 by 3 kilometres now. There are some very good results, which I'd urge people to have a look at in our respective announcements. And there's a number of results pending, but I think the message is the size of the envelope has doubled, the drilling continues, and there will be more results coming on a regular basis, for some months to come. So this is a very exciting space, and Rumble have revised their exploration target, which is a non-JORC definition from 40 to 100 million tonnes. They've revised it from there to 100 to 120 million tonnes of target. So that's a material change, and we have a great relationship with the Rumble guys, and we're happy to be there and watch it evolve.
Some of those results coming through, and obviously the positive signs. What are some of the milestones that investors can be looking forward to?
I think the key milestones are that the Rumble team on the ground are trying to work out the actual total extent of this mineralisation. So I think the first milestone is to determine how big is this, because it's still not closed off, both in its lateral extent. That's the first thing. The second thing is Rumble are very keen to get some early stage metallurgical test work done. It would appear that this mineralisation is what's called a SEDX style zinc lead deposit. They're often tier 1 type deposits, and the 6 of the 10 largest zinc mines in the world are SEDX style. So the milestones will be size, some technical work around that, and presumably then we'll, move to the infill stage. So pretty exciting space to be in at the moment.
And obviously there are 3 other wholly managed projects in Western Australia and Queensland. Could you provide an update on what the status of those projects is?
Yeah, so our strategy as a business is to be in the base and precious metals space. So we've just talked about Irahidi, which is base metals. We have an additional base metals project in Queensland called Devlin Creek, which we own 100%. Devlin Creek is a VMS style system, so a copper-rich, copper-based metal system with a pre-existing resource, JORC-compliant resource at the northern end of the property. And the property extends for about 50 kilometres to the south of that. So we've just released some confirmatory drilling around the pre-existing resource, which are very exciting intersections. And again, I'd urge listeners to have a look at that announcement, which is quite recent. But the objective there is, can we build upon the sort of circa 2.6 million tonne JORC compliant resource and make that, in excess of 10 million tonnes with drilling? It's relatively unexplored. We've done some drone-based magnetics, geophysics, and this earlier round of drilling, but there's no doubt if we look at milestones throughout the rest of this year, there's a number of things to complete there. If we then quickly move to the two other wholly owned assets, which are both gold. So also in Queensland, we have the Red Mountain project. So the objective with Red Mountain, which is a virgin discovery by the Zenith team early last calendar year, is to see whether or not we can validate, a material resource at that project. So again, the early stage drilling is suggesting it's not closed off. So we need to progress that throughout the remainder of this calendar year. So a breccia style pipe system, one of the common analogies drawn for this project is the Mount Wright project, which was run by Resolute in the same district. And then lastly, the other wholly owned project is in Western Australia, just south of the town of Southern Cross, called Split Rocks. So Split Rocks is a classic, what's called Archean shear hosted gold system. We initially defined 18 targets over 18 kilometres in the project area. And some recent results, even today, we keep building upon the earlier sort of suggestion of a big shear system. So what we know now is we have a shear hosted system of mineralisation that extends for some 3 kilometres. It's not closed at depth, and it's got a fairly shallow dip to it. So from a mining perspective, we could get into this relatively cheaply. So again, the objective is to define a resource and see whether or not we can get that of sufficient size to exploit it.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Nav, and it's a pleasure to speak to you and your listeners.